second grade Cougars. We finished our engineering project. We learned all about plants, how plants grow, all the parts of the plant. We learned how to make a hand pollinator. And now we're going to start talking about plants and animals in different habitats, what different environments that they live in. After you finish watching my video, I want to make sure that you watch the Brain Pop Junior video on the desert. So we're going to start with the desert first. Let's get started. Hi Cougars, it's Mrs. Bellatash, and I thought I would be outside for a little while. You could see the chicken coop behind me, you can see the quails over there, the rabbits are over there, but they might be sleeping right now. But I wanted to read this book to you outside. It's about life in a desert. Oh, that quail has such a beautiful trill. What are deserts? Deserts are very dry areas. They can be hot or cold. So not all deserts are hot, right? Some of them can be very, very cold, like the Gobi Desert can be very cold, but it's dry. Some deserts are sandy. Other deserts are rocky. Deserts are found around the world. You can see all these dunes there on the desert, and you can see that there are deserts all over the globe. Desert animals. Camels live in deserts. A camel can live for weeks without drinking water or eating food. Camels are a very special animal. They have a really great adaptation where they can have lots of food and water stored inside their body. Lizards have dry, scaly skin. Lizards sometimes warm themselves in the sun. So lizards are reptiles. In order to heat their body, they're cold-blooded. In order to heat their body, they have to use an external heat source like the sun. Well, that's a good-looking lizard. I love lizards. Snakes live in deserts. They slither across the desert sands. Snakes hunt for food at night. Now, I don't have a snake now, but I used to have a snake, boys and girls. I like snakes. My snake's name was Cleopatra. She was a corn snake. She was certainly not that big. Desert plants. Shrubs grow in deserts. Shrubs are short, bushy plants. Ooh, this is beautiful. Oh, boys and girls, this makes me also think about weathering and erosion, right? Do you see these rocks back here, these mesas and buttes? They are some very hard rocks that were not weathered and not eroded, right? First the rock is weathered, and then it's moved to a new location, and that's erosion. Oh, what a beautiful picture. A cactus has sharp spines. Cactuses hold water inside their stems. Oh, this is a beautiful cactus. Look at that gorgeous cactus. All right. Some cactuses and shrubs have flowers. Desert flowers bloom when the rain falls. Oh, look at that beautiful cactus. I think that's called a barrel cactus. It has these beautiful orange flowers on top. Oh, and we know those flowers will be pollinated, and then a fruit will come out. Living together. Desert animals keep cool in the shade of desert plants. Desert animals help plants by spreading their seeds, and they also help by pollinating the flowers. Deserts are full of life. So there you see a lizard, and it's hiding in some of the shade of that branch. All right, that's the end of the story. Life in a desert. Boys and girls, I have some cactuses at school, and they're very interesting. So look at this cactus. The outside, it looks like it has spider webs all over it. Very interesting. And back there, I have a little, looks like a little barrel cactus with all kinds of spines on it. So one of the things about cactuses and succulents is that they have a totally different type of skin. Look at the leaves on this succulent. They're waxy and thick. Very different. Now let's look at the leaves on this plant. They're not waxy at all. They don't have a way of kind of protecting the plant when it gets too dry. When this plant doesn't have enough water, it will wither and die. When the cactus and the succulents don't have enough water, their thick, waxy skin helps to keep the water inside. It's a great strategy for surviving in a dry area. So boys and girls, after you have watched the Brain Pop video, I want you to take a minute and draw a picture of the desert habitat. So I drew a picture and I have a cactus down in the corner, and this is a snake. I have this as a little lizard. I'm not the best artist. I have a tree, and you notice the leaves on the tree have got little needles or very thin leaves so they don't lose so much water. And I have like a little cave with some animals living in there. I have a mesa or a butte in the background, and I have a bird flying over top. So I drew a picture of a desert habitat, and then I wrote about it. The desert is a dry place where plants and animals live. The plants and animals that live there have adapted to that environment. Plants have thin leaves and waxy stems to keep their water. Animals use shade from plants to cool down. Many reptiles need the heat from the sun to warm their bodies. So boys and girls, I want you to draw your own picture. What do you think you would draw in a desert habitat? And then I would like you to write a few sentences, maybe 4 or 5 sentences about the desert. You could tell me about what is your favorite animal that lives in a desert, or what are your favorite plants that live in a desert, and maybe some of the strategies that those plants and animals use so they can live in the desert. Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing your good work, Cougars.